Hello, I'm Trae Zipperer, founder of Honor Your DNA. I'm here today in the Fort Myers Cemetery at the gravesite of Joseph E. Powers to raise awareness about what's happening to our veteran headstones all across America. This headstone is our canary in the coal mine. It's alerting us about what our society has become. Are the burial sites of our American heroes no longer sacred? If you've been to a national cemetery with those haunting rows of perfect white stones, you know this isn't right. These white marble monuments are hard evidence of the cost of freedom. I'm here today at Sarasota National Cemetery to show you what a white marble veteran headstone should look like. I could tell you why Robert C. Cline is important to my family, but I thought I'd let my grandfather tell you in his own words.
They put a whole bunch of us, we'd go down to the waterfront, to the beach, and they'd loaded us on an LST, a landing craft, which was operated by the Navy. And they liked to cross the channel at night, you know, so the German subs and PT boats and whatnot couldn't see you. And it was safer that way. It was only like 30 miles across the channel, but it was a dangerous trip. And we had only gotten we had only been on the boat that night maybe about an hour, and the Germans sunk 2 ships right close to us.
Oh, good.
And so it was really a miserable night. We had to stop. We had to stop and pick up all these wounded people out of the water, and they were just soaked in oil, and they were a mess. And of course, medics and stuff on the ship were working all night trying to clean them up and everything, you know, and help them as much as they could. We didn't really have that much stuff, but...
So the surgeons and the medics really worked really hard in this.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, that night when I was going to supper on the ship, you know, you were in a line, you had to wait your turn to get food, you know, and so I had my mess gear out, and I'm sure you've heard this story before. It's the only person I ever met during the war from Florida, and he was one of my high school mates in Manatee High School.
That is so weird over there in France.
He had joined the Navy before I went in the Army, and his name was Robert Cline. He's a real tall guy and nice fella. And so I'm waiting in line, you know, to get my supper, and I keep hearing this man talking. I thought, that voice sure sounds familiar, you know. And as I got closer, I could understand him better, so I thought, my gosh, that's Robert Cline. And he couldn't see me, and I couldn't even see his face because he was so tall. They had these little windows where you walk up there and stick your mess gear in there, and they put the food in it. He was a cook in the Navy. So when I got up there, you know, I stuck my head under there, and I looked at him, and I said, boy, what in the world are you doing here? And he just grinned from ear to ear. He was so happy to see somebody he knew.
I bet he was.
And he had already had 2 ships sunk under him, and he was still alive. And he had one sunk under him on D-Day morning.
Good night.
And he
survived.
He was based in England, you know, and they were running back and forth across the channel all the time, taking wounded people back and bringing supplies, you know. So he took me up to his quarters, and he gave me some candy bars, you know, and we shot the bull and talked about old times in Manatee High School. Anyway, I got to England the next morning just about daylight, and we got off the ship, and they took me to Birmingham. That's where the Army had a big hospital. And I was there for 2 months. It took a long time to heal up because it got infected, and they burned it out a couple of times, and they gave me sulfa drug, but it just took a long time for it to heal.
What we've allowed to happen here is shameful. Decades of organic growth, so thick you can't even read his name. I'm a Navy veteran. I'm an American. Why haven't I done something sooner? I'll tell you why. Because I've been too busy with my pursuit of happiness. I've been too busy enjoying the freedoms provided by this man. Why did I choose this particular veteran headstone for this video? After walking this cemetery and passing more than 200 veteran graves, this date stood out to me, 1944. Knowing the war years for the United States in World War II, December 1941 to August 1945, I recognize that this man passed away in 1944 means he died for my freedom. He made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Why do I know about World War II? Because 3 of my grandfathers fought in World War II. My dad's dad was en route to Pearl Harbor, somewhere between California and Hawaii, when the Japanese attacked. One of my great-grandfathers volunteered his flying skills to the Army Air Corps. The next clip of my hero is difficult to watch. When he stepped off that landing craft at Utah Beach, no amount of training could have prepared him for the bloodletting.
So they got us all gathered up there the night before, and we dug our holes, you know, and everything, and of course there was artillery coming in all night, you know, and the Germans knew what was going on. So the next morning before daylight, they had us line up.
Wanting to know Joseph's story, I began my research. I discovered that Joseph Powers volunteered for the United States Army. How do I know he wasn't drafted? Because he enlisted right here at Page Field in Fort Myers on November the 25th, 1940, more than a year before the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Next, I went to newspapers.com. There I found a news clipping from the News Press, still our largest newspaper in Lee County. Tells the story of Joseph's parents receiving word from the War Department that Joseph had died in a hospital in Burma. If you're not familiar with the China-Burma-India theater of war, look it up. Things like the Flying Tigers, flying the hump over the Himalayas. Those thousands of men who died there, they did something very important for our country. Unfortunately, Joseph was not the first gold star his parents hung in the window. Less than a month before they received word of Joseph, they received word of their son, Louis, who was killed in action in Belgium. Right there behind me are the parents' 2 gold stars in the window. I think we can do better than this, folks. This is hallowed ground. Right here below me is a man who made the ultimate sacrifice for America. If you could see the gold cross here at the top of his monument, you'd know that Joseph Powers was a Christian. This is God's ground. We can't let this continue. We have to do something about it. If you're with me on this, if you'll help me, I can't do it alone. Go to my website at honoryourdna.com. Visit our page on Facebook, Honor Your DNA. If you think this video and this initiative is important, please share it to your wall on Facebook. Please share this video on YouTube. I hope that we can do better for our veterans in the future. I hope we can make this right. If you'll join me, we'll be successful. I'm Trae Zipperer with Honor Your DNA.